Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos, and we are broadcasting to the world live from Phoenix, Arizona. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about passive aggressive behavior and why we get angry when we disagree with others. This is going to be super quick. I was going to make a video on this, but I think this is just much easier. We're going to look at an article that I've had bookmarked for years. This is a great article. I think it's going to answer a lot of your questions and also may put an end to a lot of these strange, well, it's definitely not going to put an end to the comments, but we're just going to discuss a lot of these weird comments that I get specifically under my Delphi live streams and the Coburger live streams. So there's definitely a pattern there as well. So we'll give everybody an opportunity to get in here. Now, this article that I'm going to read, it's from the Society for Personality and Social Psychology. It's under their Character and Context blog. Here, maybe I'll share it with you. So we'll look at this article, and then I'll show you guys a good example of one of the comments that I received this morning, and then we'll talk about it. What's going on, Night Shadow? So make sure you guys provide your feedback and input in the chat. And if you are part of the replay crew, let me know in the comment section what you think. J Ray, are you about to call me out? I don't know. Do I need to? Motion detected in the front yard. 1 minute. What the hell? All right. Sorry about that. Welcome in, Miranda, Cindy. Okay, so let's get into this here. Try to zoom in for you guys that like to read along. Okay, this is a really short little article. This is going to be a quick live stream. Like I said, I was going to make a video, but it's just easier for me to go ahead and present the information to you and then also engage with the chat. I think it's just much easier that way, doing it live. What's up, V Marie? And if you guys have noticed, we have live streams lined up throughout the day, so we will be very busy today. Okay, the title of this article, which is by Elizabeth and Nied Bala, Ingredients for Conflict, Why We Get So Angry When People Disagree with Us. Okay, we live in a time of seemingly endless conflict and anger with those who disagree with us. One need only spend a few minutes on Facebook to observe the toxic hazards of disagreement, or scroll through the comment section on any social issue, and you are likely to find yourself in a chamber of poisonous negativity and verbal aggression fueled by absolute self-assurance about one's opinions. Psychologists have suggested that the opinion echo chambers that many people spend time in online fuel hatred for those who disagree with us. Our research shows that one particular aspect of those echo chambers intensifies heated debate and ugly exchanges. Any members who are interested in joining the Discord, just shoot me an email. So if you're planning on being a longtime member, let me know and we'll get you into the Discord. Says, yep, calling me out. It is easy to imagine two different ways that echo chambers might lead people to get heated when others disagree with them. One way involves being really sure of your attitude because you share it so much, right? You go around telling everybody your beliefs, and before you know it, you've gaslit yourself. In this era of social media and online communication, we have many opportunities to share our opinions again and again in different places and with different people. Interestingly, research suggests that repeating our opinions causes us to be really sure of them, an effect that researchers call attitude clarity. Thus, echo chambers may make us angrier at people who disagree with us because social media allow us to share our opinions a lot, which then leads to higher attitude clarity and less tolerance for people who disagree with those opinions. And the one thing I'm noticing is that people that disagree, they become very passive aggressive, So we might touch on that a little bit as well, but I think this pretty much sums it up here. Another way that echo chambers may decrease tolerance, and that's what it's really all about, is tolerance. For disagreement may come from spending time on sites where other people who share your opinions hang out. Seeing so much agreement could lead to what researchers call a feeling of attitude correctness. Attitude correctness happens when you perceive that most other people agree with you, leading you to assume that you must be right. Imagine the reinforcing feeling of getting hundreds of likes after expressing your opinion online, right? You do a live stream, Richard Allen's innocent. You find a whole group of trolls. They reinforce your beliefs, and now you're 100% sold on it. You go around spreading the propaganda, and then when people disagree with you, you become angry and become very passive aggressive. Both attitude clarity and attitude correctness make people more certain of their attitudes. But which one leads to more anger when people disagree with us? To find out, we surveyed American adults on their attitudes towards U.S. involvement in a fabricated disease outbreak. Participants reported their perceived attitudinal correctness and clarity toward the issue, then answered questions about another person who prompted the opposite attitude. We found that the more correct participants felt their attitude was, the angrier they felt towards the other person, and the more they wanted to oppose, confront, and argue with him or her. In contrast, high attitude clarity did not predict anger or the desire to confront the person who disagreed with the participants' opinions. Very interesting. In another study, we told university students that their administration was considering a new ID card policy that would require them to scan their ID cards before entering any campus building. Participants reported their attitudes towards the new policy and then were informed that 89% of other students agreed with them. High correctness condition, or that 20% of other students agreed with them. Low correctness condition, we also introduced participants to repeat their attitudes towards the policy either 5 times. High clarity condition, or 1 time. Low clarity condition. Next, participants reported how correct and clear they felt their attitude was, and then answered questions about another student who advocated an attitude toward the policy that was opposite from theirs. So not only does it happen in mass on social media, it's very easy to replicate. Proven in the studies here. Do you get angry? Some people express their anger through by being very passive aggressive. And I'm going to show you guys a good example of a comment that was left um, under one of my live streams just this morning. You guys might get a kick out of it. It's nothing crazy, but it's just a really good example of passive aggressive behavior. Cindy, I've gotten so mad my blood pressure shot up and I ended up with the worst headache. I don't have blood pressure issues normally or ever get horrible headaches like that one. Oh, wow. I don't know, Cindy. You always seem like the pretty cool, calm, cool and collect type person. You seem to be very tolerant. You're able to see both sides and kind of find middle ground. So to me, it's all about tolerance here. Some people just are not tolerant of other people's opinions, and they resort to attacking sometimes physically, you know. Some people think that, hey, if we don't agree on a subject or a topic, if I can kick your ass, right, that proves that I was right. If I can physically dominate you, that just proves that I'm right because there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot oppose me. Instead of just tolerating somebody else's opinion, you need to beat them down to shut them up. You cannot handle 1 second of somebody disagreeing with you. Miranda, some people aren't passive aggressive, they're just flat out aggressive. Yeah, that's true. They want to get physical. It's very strange. The results showed that participants who were told that most students agreed with them felt their attitudes were more correct than participants who were told they were in the minority. So these are the dangers of echo chambers, and that's what we try to protect ourselves against on this channel, right? We don't want to get stuck in this constant loop. We want opposing ideas. We want to see the other side of the coin. We want to be open to change if it comes, because the truth, in my opinion, is all that matters, and how we get there um, could happen anyway. We can go up and over, or we can go under and around. But whatever that path is, if it leads to the truth, we need to follow it. And that doesn't include like rabbit holes and a lot of nonsense. Okay. Participants in the majority, and who were thus high in attitude correctness, also reported more anger and a greater desire to oppose, confront, and argue with the students that disagree with them. It's almost like if you have an army, right? If I have an army with me, it doesn't matter, because if you don't agree with us, we'll just overpower you. That's the power of the mob. But if you don't have anybody behind you supporting your decision, you could be 100% right. But because you don't have any support, you lack the confidence. So that's why you have a bunch of idiots running around all the time, extremely confident, and it's their power to gaslight you is much more increased, because they have that confidence, and you see the confidence, you see the large mob behind them, and you say, well, all these people can't be wrong. But the truth is, it happens quite often. Also reported more anger and greater desire to oppose, confront, and argue with the students who disagreed with them. Consistent with our first study, high attitude clarity did not increase anger or the urge to confront the other person. These studies suggest that attitude correctness but not attitude clarity, increases anger and aggressiveness toward those with opposing attitudes. And I think the people who kind of fall victim to this are the people who are less tolerant. So if you don't have any tolerance, I think you're more prone to joining, let's say, these types of cults, echo chamber cults. So the real danger in the opinion echo chambers comes from feeling that most people agree with us, which makes us more angry and hostile towards those who not share our views, who do not share our views. This danger is especially strong given that many social media networks are homogenous in their beliefs, providing us with a constant sense that we are in the majority. And that's exactly what's going on in this post that I'm going to show you here in a second. The take home message: spend some time appreciating that not everyone agrees with you, and that people who disagree are not necessarily wrong. And remember that people almost never change their minds as a result of other people getting mad at them. A little kindness can go a long way when trying to change other people's minds. Right? Amazing. So let me show you an example of the comments that I deal with on a regular basis. And I get my fair dose of psychology in the comment section all day long. The different types of people, identifying, some of their passive aggressive behavior. And we see this a lot with politics too. Yeah, and it's more about how you're affected, J Ray. You know, people who try to hide how disagreements affect them, I think that's what makes them become passive aggressive. It's out of fear. And they don't want to just come out and be blunt. So they become very passive about it. Cindy, I wasn't always. Well, I definitely appreciate it now. It's a breath of fresh air, if you ask me. What's up, D Mart? V Marie, I have definitely caught myself being passive aggressive. Me too. None of us are immune. I try to be self aware. It's a constant battle, and I'm constantly reflecting. That's the importance. It's just exercise. You know, you got to work out those muscles if you want them to improve. Yep, humor can definitely be a form of passive aggressive behavior. Uh, J Ray, laugh out loud. Last night in a chat, I said, I think you might be looking at this wrong. And someone replied, I think you're a dumbass, J Ray. Jeez. Well, at least they're being straightforward and they're not being passive aggressive. You know, they're not saying things like, oh, well, let me help you. Obviously, you need help. So let me explain this to you. You know, like you're so fucking stupid and you need their help because, you know, they're so great. What's up, Al? J Ray. I'm like, bro, you good? Like, why are you so mad? I wasn't even talking to him. Nor did I even notice he was in chat until he exact. Hey, story of my life. Hey, what's up, Don Spain? Yeah, I don't know what's worse, passive aggressive or aggressively passive. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, Tony N, how you doing? Oops, somebody was just gifted a membership by Cindy. Make sure you guys give her a big thanks. Melissa Wildcard, today is my birthday. Well, guess what I got for you? I got some John candy. You want some candy?
Happy birthday!
Woo! Have a great one. Yeah, and sometimes only us that notice our inabilities, right? Nobody else is seeing our weaknesses. Usually, it's ourselves who put that on display. I love John Candy. Um, Cindy says, "Happy birthday." Oh, what a nightmare, Melissa. Okay, let's pop this up here on the screen. Okay, blocked out the person. I don't want to attack them individually. But this is something that I deal with on consistently, on a consistent basis. Now, notice the beginning of the comment. Please allow me to help y'all. Right? I don't remember asking for help or needing any help, but I'm listening. Maybe there's something I was unaware of, right? Oh, looks like Cindy is going around gifting memberships, you guys. If she hits you with the membership bug, make sure you thank her. And there's no remedy. Okay. Please allow me to help y'all. Right? Like we need help from anybody. And remember, this person, I've never seen them before. And the number one thing a troll says before they become passive aggressive is, I respect what you do. Or, you know, it's called a positive sandwich. You know, you start with something positive. They try to be positive, but usually it's passive aggressive. And then they put what they're really trying to say in the middle, and then they follow it up with something passive aggressive or positive at the end. It's a bullshit sandwich, is what it really is. The tone is so rude, though, like immediately on defensive. Hey, Cyber, CJK, Betsy Ross, how you doing? Growing crazy, what up? Good to see everybody. So this is going to be a really quick one. Okay, so let's continue on. I've been following the Idaho 4 case since it happened. Well, so have I, from day one. Just because we take breaks in between and we focus on other cases doesn't mean we don't know what we're talking about. And it also means that we haven't been spending the majority of our time going down rabbit holes that are meaningless, right? That in itself can be a benefit. We are being lied to by mainstream media and Idaho officials. Well, first of all, the mainstream media, they're going to put their spin on it, but all the information they get comes from affidavits and documents. If y'all only knew the rabbit holes so many of us have been sent down, you'd be pissed yourself. So, right, they can't do anything alone. There's no accountability. It's not me or my research or what I've found. It's us. It's the cult of us, right? Now, there's what we read about in the article right there. People agreeing. So when people don't agree, you get very angry. So apparently, we said something during a live stream that went against their cult or their philosophy, and they felt touched by it enough to become very passive aggressive and leave a comment. Story of my life. I appreciate your analysis on Richard Allen's case. So it's hard for me to watch you struggling for answers. I don't remember struggling for any answers. We're constantly open for debate. It's a discussion. We're not struggling. So you can keep your passive aggressiveness to yourself. We don't need it and we don't want it. But here we go. Positive followed by a negative. I like and respect you enough to give you some truth. It's a good thing I respect and like you, Sleuth. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's really going on. Because if it wasn't for me, you would just be left behind, wet behind the ears like a little poor puppy. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to set you straight. It's more passive aggressive behavior. Not everything is as it appears. So if they knew anything about my channel, that is part of our philosophy, right? Nothing is ever as it appears. Don't trust anybody. Brian did not follow anyone in that house, never messaged them, was never at that house. Okay, how do you know that? And does not know them. Oh, where's the proof of that? Never stalked or harassed them. Okay, everything I've seen is to the contrary. All of the things we've been led to believe by mainstream media are lies. Okay, well, I don't follow the mainstream media. This is alternative media. And we do our best to get our hands on the affidavit and the official documents. And then we do our own reporting on it. This was a killing by the Aryan Brotherhood. Okay, so we're stupid. I'm an idiot. The sleuth crew is special ed. And we missed it. It was the Aryan Brotherhood over two of the girls' parents turning state's evidence against them and helping take down the criminal drug ring called the Fetty Bros. Man, we missed all of that. It wasn't long after the 20-plus arrests in early 2023 that led the two top leaders. Okay, so it's the Aryan Brotherhood and the Sinaloa drug cartel being taken down. Wow. That is quite the rabbit hole. We have a classic case of railroading. Jay Embry's channel tells the whole truth about it. Amazing stuff. Take care, Sleuth. I'm not interested in any of that, especially not the passive aggressive stuff. We don't need help. We'll go ahead and just have an open discussion, open dialogue without being triggered, practicing the ability to agree and disagree and tolerance, right? That's the key word today. And we're not struggling at all. We're just having an open discussion. No need for you to get triggered and leave a silly comment. Just saying. So these are the comments that I deal with on a consistent basis. So we'll catch up on the chat and we'll get on out of here. That's all I had for you guys. Mainly, I want to see the discussion continued in the comment section. Melissa says, someone told me last night Brian's innocent, but I disagree highly. Well, did you get triggered by it? Did you become very passive aggressive? Did you go ahead and identify the fact that they were struggling and then it was going to take you to step in to kind of help them understand? Is that the approach you took? That's not what I'm seeing. Betsy Ross. Yeah, you're right. You said it before, Delphi 2.0, maybe even worse. People used uh, people used to compare the Delphi case to the Summer Wells case a lot too. Just toxic behavior. And if I go down a rabbit hole and for whatever reason I've convinced myself, kind of like with the Anthony Shots and Keegan Kline and the connection to them and Richard Allen, that's mine to own. If you don't agree with that, I'm not going to get angry with you. I'm not going to say, well, haven't I laid it out and made it clear to you? And if you don't agree, it's because you're just turning a blind eye. No, I explain why and how I've gotten to a certain location. What roads did I go down to get there? What was the rabbit hole? I didn't just say, oh, some random rabbit hole. It's the Odinist, it's the Aryan Brotherhood, they're retaliating against the girl's parents. Right? It sounds very similar to this conspiracy here. This was a killing by the Aryan Brotherhood over two of the girl's parents, turning state's evidence against them. Wow. They got it all figured out, guys. Brian Koberger was just out there looking at the stars. Somebody planted the knife sheath there. Him being a criminology student studying with Ramsland, that's all just a crazy conspiracy. Him having a weird issue with one of his classmates. Somebody was breaking into her home, moving things around. And guess who was the hero? Brian Koberger. See, that's passive aggressive right there. That's how you do it. It's reciprocal. Melissa, you seem very particular. What's going on, Joe? Joe Newman. I'm so lucky. Here, let's put that back up there. Look, guys, help is on the way. I mean, what would we have ever done without this person stepping in and showing us the truth that it wasn't Brian Koberger, but it was the Fetty Bros? I mean, we would have just been lost. We would have continued struggling for answers, right? Because that's what we were doing, apparently. I don't remember struggling for anything. I remember having an open dialogue, an open discussion, and trying to analyze factual information. We can go down a rabbit hole. We can speculate all we want. As long as we're clear about what it is that we're doing. Joe Newman, trust me with your life, not your money or your wife. Someone told me that once. I say don't trust anyone, guys. Don't trust anybody. Nobody is safe from evil. I mean, we saw the story of what happened with Captain Howdy. He went from this amazing content creator to somebody we enjoyed popping up in the chats and communicating with behind the scenes to trying to understand how he became a brutal killer. Nobody would ever have suspected that. Even these weirdos that come out in hindsight that say, "Oh, well, I had a conflict with Captain Howdy and I tried to warn you guys." Like, see, it's that kind of bullshit. There's no integrity, there's no honesty. Yeah, honesty is actually I don't know, I feel like it's a sign of respect. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't even take the time to be honest with you. I would just hold my tongue. It's not an email. It was a post under one of my videos. It was the post under my Dr. Ramslin video that I put out last night. So if you guys want to go see who it is, it's right there. But I'm not going to put them on blast here. I'm sure they probably won't even see this. CJK, maybe they don't know Brian's car is seen on camera in their neighborhood and on the driveway at the side of the house. Then again, in the morning driving by. Yeah, he was just driving by and he went to go see the stars at 4 in the morning. And for whatever reason, went all the way home and came back to the crime scene, just right there at the crime scene before it was even called in. See how that works? See the passive aggressiveness there? So I guess it's just satisfying sometimes. Yeah, and if you get your feelings hurt, you don't have to be a dick about it. I'm the proof that this is possible. I'm constantly triggered, but I don't think I mean it. Just annoying. Do they say how his DNA got on the sheath, his car circling, and him digging through trash as his parents' house was raided? And wearing gloves, even his sister, right? He was wearing purple latex gloves around the house. So it's like he wasn't even trying to hide it from his father or anybody. But it's on record that his sister thought that was very strange. Captain Save a Chat. Is that similar to Captain Save a Hoe? Don's going to lay it out, guys. Make sure you're paying close attention to this. It's always 1, drug cartels, 2, motorcycle clubs, 3, white supremacists in cahoots or at odds with the cartel. CJK, no offense, Sleuth, but can you do what you want on your channel? No, because this is not my channel. I wish it was my channel. It's not my channel. This is our channel. I don't know. There's 3 sides to every story, J Ray. Your story, their story, and the truth. Might be lurking. Hey, Jerry, what's up? Absolutely. And we are going live tonight. Here, let me pull these up. So we have 3 live streams lined up today, guys. I've been gathering a lot of information, and I just said, hell with it. We're going to go full speed today. Okay, so we have breaking news, the Asia degree case. I titled this one, Deadman Sisters Confess and Conspire. New search warrant revealed that there were text messages and a witness that heard one of, I think it was Liz Deadman, or Liz, I can't remember what her married name is now, maybe Fields or something like that. But Elizabeth Deadman stated at a party while intoxicated, I killed Asia Decree. Her older sister told her to shut the fuck up. And now there's text messages basically incriminating them even further. So we're going to talk about that today. And we've been on top of this case for a long time. We were there when the news broke about the Deadmen and their possible connection to Asia's disappearance. Okay, and then also today we will be talking about Karen Reed. So these are the things that I've been paying attention to. Asia Decree, Karen Reed, defense collaborated on testimony. So they called two experts in to basically state that the wounds on Mr. O'Keefe were not consistent or were inconsistent with being hit with a vehicle. And apparently the defense collaborated on that testimony. And the experts are now owed a $25,000 bill. Yesterday morning, the judge says, we're canceling this hearing, and this is of grave concern. So shit is about to hit the fan in that case. And we're going to be right underneath the fan for that. So bring a raincoat. And this is not necessarily breaking news, but it's something that I want to talk with you guys about. And it is the Delphi case. Right? Judge Gold is obviously in on it. She wants to block the fact that Ron Logan is an Odinist cult leader. And Keegan Kline was his little burner boy bitch. His little burner phone bitch. And Richard Allen was nowhere to be found. He's just out for a hike. And we got this cyber death cult Odinism group having ritualistic murders with Keegan Kline, white supremacists, Ron Logan. The whole group is there. So we're going to talk about that. Hey, Big Fish, what up? Good to see you. How you doing? Salute the Idaho alibi better than Richard Allen non-alibi. Hey, preach it, Joe. I mean, I would rather hear that, because it sounds like a shitty alibi doesn't mean you can't prove it. Richard Allen doesn't even have an alibi. Hey, bad actors, what up? Good to see you. So like I said, guys, we're super busy. We're going to get into Asia's case here in just a minute. Oh, there you go. Yep. Number 4. You missed one, Don. Here, let's go back to Don's checklist. He missed one. It says drug cartels, motorcycle clubs, white supremacists. But you missed the most important one of all. Crooked cops. And is it those things sometimes? Yes. Absolutely. Those bushy eyebrows, they did it. They have their own hands and holding their own blades. They're alive, I tell you. I think that'll be our next Koberger thumbnail. It'll be his eyebrows holding knives. What up? What up? All right. So let's go to a couple more comments and then we're going to end this stream. I just wanted to come on here very quickly and have a quick discussion. DMAR, hold on about KR defense team. Judge did not hear from defense and prosecutor misstated that info. Came from feds when it came from defense. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're not here to make a decision one way or the other. We're just going to talk about it, DMAR, and what happened. So we're not ready to make any decisions. Hey, Lilith, what's up? I stand firm. KK has never said he knows Ron Logan. Richard Allen is a different story, though. Hey, y'all. And I agree with that. My own findings point in that direction. And what happened with this Reese guy? Reese Davis. I don't know his name. Richie or Reese. It's spelled Reese. So we're going to call him Reese's Pieces. So Reese, I mean, have you noticed his face in the news all over YouTube? Um, I mean, it should be clear, guys. Even the story he's telling with about the burner phones and all that shit, it's ridiculous. Jerry says, D-Mart, right. She shouldn't have cut the hearing short. She's like, yeah. Oh, you guys came from out of state? Too bad. Come back again next week. Well, I think she's going to have a disciplinary hearing. I think they're going to get disciplined or shit's going to hit the fan. That's what it looks like. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right. Make sure you guys thank Cindy Lean for gifting the memberships. And I'm going to go ahead and get prepped for the Asia Decree Live. Like I said, there's breaking news, and we're going to chop it up here in just a few. So I'll see you guys in a minute. If you guys are too busy to make that live stream, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.